Namaste, angels. This is the daily reading for today, May 13th. It is the feast day of Our Lady of Fatima as well. I didn't check to see where the moon is. I'm not sure about that. Maybe Virgo by now. Possibly even Libra. Yeah, I didn't check. In any case, because at the end of the week, it's going to be in Scorpio. So probably Virgo right now, and then Libra, and then Scorpio for the full moon. Anyway, we're beginning with the year 1787, and Arthur Phillip, he set sail with 11 ships of criminals to Botany Bay, Australia. 1830, the Republic of Ecuador is founded with Juan Jose Flores as president. 1934, Great Dust Bowl storm sweeps across the U.S. and the prairies, mostly the prairies. 1940, Winston Churchill says, quote, "I have nothing to offer but blood, toil, tears, and sweat," end quote, in his first speech as Prime Minister to the British House of Commons. 1981, Pope John Paul II is shot and critically wounded by Turkish gunman Mehmet Ali Agca, A-G-C-A. And this happened in St. Peter's Square in Vatican City. 1989, approximately 2,000 students begin a hunger strike in Tiananmen Square, China. Did you know Cardinal Richelieu of France reputedly creates the table knife on this day in the year 1637. Oh boy. You know, goodness. Famous birthdays. Joe Louis. I'm just getting chills because of what I just read. Joe Louis, Jim Jones, and Stevie Wonder. And he's about whom I'm getting the chills. So, a few months back, maybe like 6 months now. Time goes so fast. All of a sudden, I was being made to read, watch documentaries, all this stuff about Jim Jones. And, you know, those people he murdered in Guyana. Guyana's where my Divine Masculine is from, too, by the way. So anyway, I don't know. It was possible, I guess, that he and I had some past life there in Guyana. But I was made to watch all this Jim Jones stuff. And it turned out that it was like the anniversary. Like one of the days that I was looking at all these things. And I have a friend named Carr, which to me isn't a common name, although it may be common in Guyana or among West Indians. K-A-R. And, yeah, to me it's not common. But I have a friend named Carr. He's also from Guyana. I found, or I was made to find and to see and read a list of the names of the people who died in Guyana, in Jonestown. And one of them was named Carr, and he had the same birthday as my friend Carr, November 13th. And I was just like, So maybe Carr and I know each other from a past life too, possibly again in Guyana. I don't know. I was alive during the whole Jim Jones thing, so it's not like that I died there or whatever, but I may have been connected to somebody who did. And possibly returned as my friend Carr and or my Divine Masculine himself. In any case, and I just got chills in my leg as soon as I saw Jim Jones, I just got like chills. Anyway, moving down. Would you believe 22-year-old UK blogger halts the spread of global ransomware and cyber attack by accidentally identifying a kill switch? It happened on this day in the year 2017. Also on that day, that was a weird fucking day. Not only was it the anniversary of Jonestown, and I had somewhere to go too, and my daughter's like, "Are we going?" I don't remember where we were going. But before I did anything, I had to watch a documentary about Jonestown, or while I got ready and stuff. And then I was made to go, and I've seen my Divine Masculine's chart before, but I was made to go and look at his chart again, look at mine again. Of course, I know mine. I mean, it's a couple things that I forget every now and then. I forget where some of the planets are. And I have to look. But for whatever reason, I was made to look at this day, and not Jonestown, but Queensland, with which I wasn't even familiar. I don't know why I was told I mean, that was something that came to me clairvoyantly. Queensland, to put down that my Divine Masculine was from Queensland, and I'm not even sure that that's correct. But when I did that, and also checked mine, with myself being born in Harlem specifically, as opposed to just New York City. Not only did we both have a Taurus midheaven with those two cities put in, but the same exact degree, and that I was made to see that day too. So it was a weird day. All right, anyway, I am moving on. So, would you believe a 22-year-old UK blogger halts the spread of global ransomware cyber attack by accidentally identifying a, quote, kill switch on this day in the year 2017. He found the off button and saved a bunch of lives, is what that means. Saved a bunch of lives and or livelihoods, because it was ransomware that would have spread through computers, possibly around the world. It says global ransomware. Famous weddings, 1922, quote unquote Latin lover, silent actor Rudolph Valentino, 27, weds film costume and set designer Natasha Rambova, 25, in Mexicali, Mexico. 1932, Russian composer Dmitry Shostakovich marries Nina Varsar. 2003, NBA star Dennis Rodman, 42, weds Michelle Moyer in a small civil ceremony in Newport Beach, California. Famous deaths: Cyrus McCormick, Fridtjof Nansen, and Gary Cooper. Tomorrow's famous deaths, they're showing me too, are nice. The famous deaths today. Let's focus on today. Gary Cooper. Didn't we just talk about Gary Cooper the other day? Yes, we did. Because I remember thinking about that song, Putting on the Ritz, and trying hard to look like Gary Cooper. Super duper. So we just talked about him. I don't need to talk about him again. He was born on May 7th. That's why we just talked about him. He died on May 13th. May 7th, 1901. May 13th, 1961. At the age of exactly 60. Fridtjof Nansen was an Arctic explorer and a diplomat who is Norwegian. Also, they're saying he was a humanitarian and a scientist. He was awarded the Nobel Prize, the Peace Prize, in 1922 for his work on behalf of the displaced victims of the First World War and related conflicts. He was born on October 10th in 1861, which is an 8/8 in Christiania, which is now called Oslo, Norway. And he was a Libra. Interesting with those 8s. Because he was born on October 10th too. So it's like 10/10, 8/8, or in total 9/9. But 8s are about karma, of course. And Libra represents very karmic energy and balance, justice. So interesting numerology for him. He died on May 13th, which again is the feast day of Our Lady of Fatima, in the year 1930. So he died on 5/13/13 at the age of 68, which equals 14 or 5, of a heart attack. Isn't that interesting? And of course, the 5s and the 13s together make more 9s. So like his full birthday is 9/9 or 9. And his age and date of death also equals 9. last of the deaths is Cyrus McCormick. He was an inventor, and what he invented was called the mechanical reaper. He helped to revolutionize the American agriculture industry when he invented this machine in 1837, building on work by his father and other inventors in the 19th century. He also helped to form the modern concept of a company with his McCormick Harvesting Machine Company, which utilized manufacturing, marketing, and a sales force to help to sell its products. He was born on February 15th in the year 1809, which is another 99, in Shenandoah Valley, Virginia, USA, and was an Aquarius. He died on May 13th in 1884 at the age of 75. Going back up to the birthdays. Stevie Wonder is 69 years old. His full name is Stevland, Stevland Hardaway Judkins, and he's a singer-songwriter, American. Blind soon after birth, Stevland Morris, now Wonder, was a child prodigy, signed to Motown Records in 1961 at the age of 11, and given the stage name Little Stevie Wonder. He gained fame in 1963 with his #1 hit Fingertips Part 2. Wonder went on to focus more on songwriting, penning such hits as Tears of a Clown and Signed, Sealed, and Delivered I'm Yours, before releasing his groundbreaking album Talking Book in 1972, which featured the single Superstition, and increasingly songs about political and social issues. Not sure why Superstition just gave me chills too. In 1972, he was in a car accident which left him in a coma for 4 days. His 1976 album, In the Key of Life, debuted at #1. Wonder's success continued into the 1980s, and his albums Hotter Than July included single Happy Birthday, aimed at promoting Martin Luther King's birthday and making it a national holiday. Wonder has won more Grammy Awards than any other solo male artist and was named United Nations Messenger of Peace in 2009. He was born on May 13th in 1950. In Saginaw, Michigan, USA, and is 69 years old. A tiger in the Chinese zodiac and a Taurus on the star signs. I'm just laughing because I see, like Mother stuck her numbers in there. 1950 equals 6. He was born on the 13th of May on one of her feast days. Jim Jones, whose full or real name was James Warren Jones. He was the founder of the People's Temple cult, religious leader, community organizer, and leader of the People's Temple, best known for the mass suicide of 909, there's that 99 again, of its members in Jonestown, Guyana. 5 individuals were murdered at a nearby airstrip, including Congressman Leo Ryan. He was born on May 13th in 1931, Randolph County, Indiana, USA, and was a goat/sheep on the Chinese zodiac and a Taurus. He died on November 18th. Yes, that was like I said, like 6 months ago. And that was another one of the crazy things. This day that I was being made to do this, November 18th, was the day before my Divine Masculine's birthday, November 19th. Anyway, this guy he died in 1978. My masculine is younger than me. He was born in 81, so just a couple years after. Jim Jones was 47 at the time. Cause of death, suspected suicide. My friend Carr, I think when I had done the math, also wasn't born yet. Oh yeah, because Carr is young. Carr is younger. than Roy. Carr turned 34 November 13th. Turned 34 November 13th. Yeah, so I guess he was born in 84. 80. Yeah. Something like that. Um, All right. Anyway, moving on. But it was weird. It was such a weird day for me. And then to realize as I'm looking at it, wait a minute, that was today. It was just bizarre. But I used to have a lot of visions like that. I used to have, with being an empath, that was probably the most difficult part of my journey and experiencing and learning my gifts. I used to feel like murders, like lynchings and shit, and feel and see this stuff, and then have to look it up to see like when this happened and why, and try to figure out why I was seeing it. Like, was I there? Maybe I knew somebody that was there or something. So this was kind of one of those experiences, not to that extent. I didn't feel like I was being killed in Jonestown, but it was just like I can't explain the way that I was told, watch this documentary, like right now. And I Googled and I brought up as many as I could, and I watched them all different ones. No fake movies or anything, only documentaries and like news things. It was bizarre. All right, anyway, let me move on. We up to Joe Louis. He was a boxer and a world heavyweight champion. He's considered to be one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. He was victorious in 25 title defenses, a record for the heavyweight division. Widely regarded as the first African American to achieve the status of a nationwide hero within the United States. He was born on May 13th in 1914 in Lafayette, Alabama, USA, and was a Taurus. He died on April 12th in 1981 at the age of 66 of cardiac arrest. And he was the last for today. So, with the dice, we are starting with no, cocktail, and weekend away. I heard a couple of you got your domestic harmony already. Some apologies and making up, hearing from people. So, congratulations on all that. And maybe it's resulting in sex now. I hope it is. Sex. 29. So, spiritual partnership. And no to something else. Speaking of spiritual partnership and sex and happiness and joy and commitment and all that stuff, we're starting with the Four of Spring, or Four of Wands. It's time to kick back, relax, and to celebrate all that you have. Joy arises from success in your career, the completion of a project, or a very happy home life. And opening to Major Arcana card 13 on this 13th of May. Release or death, which represents the sign of Scorpio. Not sure if this is connected to all of that shit. Like I said, my friend Carr, his birthday is 13 too. Not today, but November 13th. Today is the feast day of Our Lady of Fatima, the 13th. Some like mother's number. And this is the death card, so the Scorpio. So Jim Jones, a Scorpio too. My Divine Masculine, a Scorpio. Carr, Scorpio. Let's see. Maybe something will come up with this. In any case, this is the death card. And it is about, transition and transformation and things of which we need to let go. It's time to release the past and to move on to something new. This ending is the first step on the way to a happier future. And the happier future was directly opposite it with the Four of Wands, of course. Release And the Princess of Spring, energetic, outgoing, optimistic, and creative. Creative opportunities that you feel passionate about are fluttering your way. Growth and broadened horizons will spark fresh and original ideas. Release. And the Seven of Winter, not one of my favorites. Caution will help you to avoid the loss of valuables, including non-material resources such as time or peace of mind. Be aware of the results of your actions as well as what others might be doing behind your back. Opposite the seven, oh, I was going to say opposite the Seven of Winter, opposite the Page of Fire, but this is not opposite the Page of Fire. It's opposite Release. So this is even more interesting. The Seven of Winter opposite Death could be your fear to let go of something. Your fear to release it. Really coming through. It may be a situation from the past. Maybe a situation involving a home or a cohabitation, a relationship, something with a key. Right, but there's an engagement ring in here too. So it could be something of a past relationship. Maybe the person's even passed on, I'm getting. But you could be holding on, like clinging to that relationship. Obviously, if they've passed on, you're not clinging to it in the way that you're trying to pursue it, but that you're not letting a new one in, you know? And maybe it involves a Sagittarius, since I thought the Page of Fire was what was in my hand still. Or other fire sign. Leo, Aries, maybe. Perhaps Scorpio, because Mars, the ruler of Aries, is also the ruler of Scorpio. The Five of Winter. Your current path isn't leading you toward the happiest possible outcome, so why not change it? Always maintain integrity and compassion, but be alert to the hidden agendas of others also. So your current path may, again, be holding on to the past and not, so it's kind of like moving backward as opposed to forward with the Five of Winter immediately following the Seven of Winter. And opposite Death again. Release. And here's that Sagittarian energy coming back. It is Major Arcana card 10, the Wheel, which represents the planet Jupiter, ruler of the sign of Sagittarius, and which is where Jupiter, its ruler, is currently located in retrograde. Expect a sudden positive change in your life. You can now move forward and make great progress. So again, instead of that backward movement and being stuck in the past, you can move forward when something helps to propel you. And that may aid you in releasing whatever it is. The 10 and 13 together are sticking out to me too now. I wonder if they're trying to tell me a message about like Ramadan or something. Because that was the first thing that popped into my head was Muhammad when I looked at the 10 and the 13. So on the 10th of June is when Muhammad got the words of the Quran. And on the 13th of June is when Ramadan ends this year. So there may be something with that. In any case, the wheel is all about abundance that's on your way, and it's abrupt. Something abruptly changes that enables you to become abundant one way or another. It is not only tied to the sign of Sagittarius, with Jupiter being Sagittarius' ruler, but also to the fixed signs. So that is Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, and Scorpio. Release. I'll do one more. It is the Two of Spring, the Two of Wands. Something could be happening in June. And you know what? I think that's when the Jupiter retrograde is over too. Around that same time. That could be when somebody's partnership is really coming together. I was seeing the things the other day in the Friday's reading. It seemed like it was leading into like August, September. Those 8s and 9s did show up again today, and now I'm feeling something about June with the end of the Jupiter retrograde and or Ramadan. Your vision creativity, and dedication to your cause have brought you great success. In fact, it may be in your best interest to get a partner to assist your endeavors or to expand the number of people helping you. The Two of Spring is about partnership. It can be business partnership. It can be, close friends. It can be connected to 29. Absolutely, that the die that came up with 29, which is representative of spiritual partnership. It can be romantic. The Two of Spring is in fact the divine union or twin flame card of the tarot. So maybe a divine union, a coupling not unlike my own, involving a Scorpio. And something of which maybe specifically in that relationship or those relationships, of which we need to let go. Whether a person is a Scorpio or not. Something, connected to a partnership that we need to let go so that we can move forward to the next phase. And coming to the Nine of Summer. So there may be something for which we've prayed, something we've asked the universe for. We've made intentions on this. We've tried to manifest it. And, now it finally wants to come in. Now's the time when your dreams come true. Don't worry about how this will happen. Just give gratitude to God for all that you have and all that's still to come. Overall energy is the Seven of Spring. Be assertive, believe in yourself, and don't let anyone take away your personal power. Trust that your inner guidance is true and follow it completely. This is about being steadfast. And in control, not letting anybody push you around. There's two there, the heart of the matter. Crown of the masculine. Very nice. The Two of Summer. You're falling in love or experiencing a deepening of emotion in your current relationship. Marriages and romantic partnerships in distress can still be saved. Don't give up. So even people experiencing Five of Swords, Seven of Swords, those relationships can still be saved, is what this is saying. With those apologies we talked about, with those, that effort toward domestic harmony that we saw come up in the love reading for the week. Masculine surrounded by. The Three of Autumn. Your most satisfying and profitable career or relationship comes from following your inner passions, listening to your heart, and doing what brings you joy. Your life purpose is best fulfilled by allowing your true talents and true self to shine forth out into the world. You could be thinking about considering a business partnership, or considering something at work, between two people, and maybe others are saying you're crazy. Maybe you've come up with an idea that other people are like, oh, that's not going to work. You're nuts. But you're guided here to go with what you feel. This can also be a romantic relationship or a close friendship that is happening at the workplace or started at the workplace that we're talking about. And again, with the overall energy of the Seven of Spring, we're guided to, remain steadfast in what our gut is telling us to do. When I picked up the Seven of Spring, we got another 2 here. So definitely stuff going on with partnerships, with romantic and otherwise. You may be under stress because of multiple jobs or too many responsibilities for one person to handle and manage. It's important to balance your work and your personal life and to bring a spirit of fun to all you do. So there could be, again, something going on with work, and maybe, doing a lot of it and not having time for friends, family, your relationship, not making enough time for yourself even, with the 10 of Summer also upright behind the 2 of Autumn. It's time to express your love and appreciation for family, be it relatives or chosen family of close friends. Congratulations may be in order on a happy, fulfilling marriage, as well as raising happy and balanced children, too. Masculine subconscious, Major Arcana card 1, the Magician. You can manifest whatever this is, whether it's a business relationship or a romantic relationship or a really good friendship, that is abundant and strong and, in benefits. You can bring it about. There's magic in the air. You can manifest everything you need to be successful. Major Arcana card 1, the Magician, represents the sign of Gemini and the planet Mercury. Crowning the feminine, it is the Ace of Autumn. Cha-ching. You can expect a windfall of abundance, such as money, timely assistance, a serendipitous meeting, or rewarding advice. You may be offered a fabulous new job or a promotion, or the prospect of a profitable business venture or investment, or relationship that could experience, that could, have some real longevity to it. Surrounding the feminine, the Eight of Winter. So some sort of block, which could be your own fear. Again, something trying to be in the way of this abundance that's coming in. It's so easy to convince yourself that you're trapped when you really aren't. Trust that God will lift you to new heights and give you a greater sense of self-confidence if you first affirm your freedom. And in the feminine subconscious, it is the Prince of Summer. A deeply emotional and probably romantic experience will sweep you off your feet. Things can move very quickly during such whirlwind encounters, so stay balanced and make decisions with both your heart and your intellect. The Prince of Summer is a Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. And this card also says he's romantic, flirtatious, introspective, and enchanting. This can definitely be about like financial freedom, some sort of or something leading to financial freedom, some sort of proposal, possibly again even a business proposal, something regarding your finances. It could be an offer of a job that's like the job of your dreams. That would make you really, really just not only feel secure as far as finances go with all the abundance coming in, but you're emotionally attached to this. It would make you emotionally happy. But again, it looks like there's a block of fear here sitting in the middle. And it is, of course, one of the 8s that we talked about. Crowning. Major Arcana card 11, Strength. True strength is displayed through kindness, forgiveness, and compassion. You have tremendous personal power and courage. So whatever is coming your way, there's nothing of which to be afraid. When Major Arcana card Strength shows up, is what this is saying. You have the power, the strength, the courage, the ability to face and to conquer anything that comes your way, including your own feelings, emotions of worry and concern, even ego, all that stuff that may be keeping you from something. At the root, the Princess of Spring is back. Energetic, outgoing, optimistic, and creative. Creative opportunities that you feel passionate about are fluttering your way. Personal growth and broadened horizons will spark fresh and original ideas. So again, maybe you came up with some sort of idea at work, and you should go after it. This will earn you abundance if this 3 of Autumn isn't representing something that has already earned you abundance. Of course, any 3 can also be about a party of 3 one way or another. Not necessarily romantic, but that's possible. Even love triangles are possible with the 3 showing up. Which can be what's giving a feminine pause, in the event that this is about romance for her. We do have the Prince of Summer crossing the 2 of Summer. So basically the Knight of Cups crossing the 2 of Cups, or mirroring rather. At the heart of the matter. Ooh. Yep. It's like fear preventing you from... It's all the things that I just said. Because Major Arcana card 20, Renewal, or Judgment, which also represents the planet Pluto in sign of Scorpio for me. As it relates to relationships, is about coming to a crossroad, right? And deciding, like, where do we go from here, if anywhere? So that can definitely bring up feelings of fear. pride, ego, all those things that would keep us away from a relationship. Regret, resentment, the inability to forgive, all that kind of stuff. Um, but it's also about abundance that is earned, like the Three of Autumn, but of course much more powerful, much stronger. And it's on its way to you, this abundance. Seven of Winter could be suggesting some risk is involved, however, in you getting this abundance. So you have to let go of your fear in order to go after it. Whether the abundance is involving a relationship or, a business venture or something, whatever, you have to take this. There's an element of risk, and again, you have the ability to face it, whatever it is. But the Seven of Winter is also a funky card. It's not just about risk. It's also about loss and thievery, right? Theft. Somebody trying to take something from you. This can also be about something you got away with before. Maybe at the job. And maybe not got away with in the sense that it seems illegal or something. But like ran away with the opportunity, with the prize or whatever. And you're about to for a second time. Can also be somebody, like I said, like some sort of competition at work. You're due some accolades, but watch your back because somebody trying to take that opportunity that is yours for themselves. Yeah, for the feminine, I'm feeling that this is she is the Eight of Winter also. So I'm feeling for her, it's mostly fear of some sort of risk involved in pursuing abundance that's trying to make its way to her. Whether that's, in love, involving some sort of proposal, something that's initiated by a proposal, or business or friendship. So further to that, there's an upright card. I'm like, I could clarify something. Let's look at the feminine's Eight of Winter a little more. And Princess of Autumn. So again, something about having to do with finances coming your way, very likely, with it sitting here underneath the Ace of Autumn, and or having to do with a Virgo. And like I said, I think today's a Virgo moon. I'm pretty sure, just based on the timing of the rest of the week. Could be something brought on by that. I know for Geminis, so like air signs at this element of winter, the Virgo moon would be in our house of like foundations. So like things on the home front. Maybe there's been a proposal with that and you're just very hesitant to take a risk. Maybe you're holding on to your money really tightly. Maybe that's what you need to release your grip on that. Like the universe is saying, you got this, you're going to survive, you can make it without clenching every penny. Take some risk, scared money don't make no money, and so forth. There can also be like an opportunity maybe for her to go to school or something, or to learn something new, maybe at the job, with this mirroring the Three of Autumn. Maybe specific at the job, she's has an opportunity for some additional training or to learn something new or for a new position. Maybe supervisor, boss in some way, and she's afraid. So it's going to take risks. Do you want to take this new job or not? And that's putting a little pressure on the feminine. Further advice to the masculine, the Six of Summer. So this also, if it's a project, again, a work, or close friends with whom he's involved in some way that particularly significant for him on this day, could also be dredging up something from the past, and he could be hearing from somebody from the past, or reaching out to somebody from the past himself, or an idea that he had, in his youth or as a child, or from his past, now bringing that to the forefront and into fruition, perhaps. Like I always wanted to be a doctor, and now I'm going to med school, or whatever it is. The Six of Summer, the love and care of children could become an important part of your life, or people from your childhood may return to it. Old memories can be healed, or possibly old childhood dreams can be revived. So this is also about us possibly making up with somebody, with it sitting next to Judgment. I just heard stealing away. Stealing away. Maybe like getting, stepping off and, to a private space to work something out with somebody, a friend or a love or whatever. That opportunity arises. Because again, the Princess of Spring is about opportunity. For the feminine, the Eight of Autumn. Another worker type of energy. But not only that, it's about when we do that work, where we've put our effort on what we've worked is from where we get our outcome. So whether we've put our effort and we've worked on our relationships with people, romantic and otherwise, or we've put our effort and our work into actual labor to, toward our earnings, that's paying off too. Again, particularly with Judgment in the middle. But there may be some competition involved. So again, keep your eyes open. People that may be trying to take that crown from you. You have the ability to hold on to it. I hope that you guys have enjoyed the daily. I'll be back tomorrow. Namaste.